I think this story has been enduring now since it was first hit the screen as a 2D animated film, and then through the theatrical run of the musical production, and people know it very, very well. I think it's the most successful 2D animation and most successful stage show. So millions and millions of people know it, have grown up with it, have seen it over and over again, and certainly know the music. So we felt that it wasn't appropriate for us to take the title and make up our own story. We really wanted to stick to the things people remembered. However, there was an opportunity using this new technology and this new cast to reinvent it for a new generation. And so we sought to stick to the traditions of what came before and trying to infuse a new way of telling the story so that a younger audience might be introduced to it. As far as depicting it in a photoreal way as affecting the tone, that's why I really went out of my way to reach out to Caleb Deschanel, one of the greatest cinematographers alive, and having his photographic artistry inform the way we presented these images, because an artistic photographer can create a mood without showing everything in such sharp detail. And so a lot is done by composition, long lens shots that are far away, silhouettes, light streaming in, backlight. So you see the images, you hear the music. I think you remember what you saw in the old film, but all of it is mostly implied. We cut away for the more intense moments and the emotion of spoiler alert, the emotion of Simba finding Mufasa laying at the bottom of the canyon. I think the most emotional aspect of that is actually Hans Zimmer's music, which would make you cry even if you were looking at a drawing done with a pencil.
Yeah.
So I think you point something out good, that we had to be attentive to how this would transpose to this new medium.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think cast was going to be a very important aspect of this, because it's one of the areas that we deviated almost completely, except for James Earl Jones, from the original. So I wanted people going to bring their own interpretation to it, a natural performance, so it would feel more like a live-action production, even though everything was digitally rendered. You still wanted to have the same feel of something that was photographed. And so having improvisation, overlapping, a very naturalistic performance, and humor was important, and the casting was the key to that. Yeah, you know, Beyonce is somebody who, well, the best thing about Beyonce was that every time I'd come home from work, having worked with her, my teenage daughters were very interested in what I had to say, which, you know, if you've had teenage kids, that's not something you take for granted anymore. And of course, I went to see her shows with my kids and my wife, and I've become a huge Beyonce fan.